Good morning, class. How's everyone today? All right, very good, very good. I'm so looking forward to today's lesson. Today we start reading a new book. Yay! Yay! Yeah, everyone loves books. Anyway, what the book that we are going to be starting today is is a personal favorite of mine. It's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. This is a fantastic book for a number of reasons. It works on many levels. It's a scathing satire. It's a story about about life, from the perspective of young boys, or not young boys, but young men. And the title character is about age 13 or 14. And it's got a wonderful sense of the writing is fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, it's also an adventure story, or so it claims to be. And now the reason I bring that up is today, before we get into that book, we have a new lit mystery, and the lit mystery involved is the case before you and your partner, is what is an adventure. Now, I know that sounds kind of like, I guess self-explanatory. We all know what adventures are, or do we? Because really, when you think about all the things that we call adventures, are they real? Is that really what that word is supposed to connote or mean? It's the word adventure has a direct root or cause to a lot of previous literature, and in particular, the story of Huck Finn is one of that requires because it's such a complex novel, as we'll find out. It sort of bears in mind why something so complex is given something so frivolous a title, because there are other things. There's like that show Adventure Time. I think there's also there was a movie back in the day called The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. It's not adventures, or there's action, but in particular there's sort of a question that comes to mind, and that is, and the question is, what is an adventure? Because I came across a quote by a couple of people, and I'm just going to read them off to you. The first one is from a very esteemed gentleman named Joseph Campbell. He did a lot of work in the study of religion, and he says this about the adventure. The usual hero adventure begins with someone from whom something has been taken, or who feels there is something in the normal experience available or permitted to the members of society. The person then takes off on a series of adventures beyond the ordinary, either to recover what has been lost or to discover some life-giving elixir. It's usually a cycle, a coming and a returning. And that's from Campbell's book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And we'll be hearing more from Joseph Campbell as the lesson goes on. And then there's this other quote: "Life is full of adventure. There is no such thing as a clear path." So, in this lit mystery, what I want you to do with you and your partner is, I've given you given you some setups. One is that from the Campbell perspective, and that is an adventure is sort of it's destiny. It is a rite of passage, And so what you have to be thinking for yourself and down the line is the book, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, is that a story that tells about the rites of passage, or is it from this other quote? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that gentleman's name. Guy Liberty, and that he is the founder and creator of Cirque du Soleil. So you have the Campbell perspective, which is that adventures are a rite of passage, and then you have the La Liberty perspective, which is that adventure is a series of events, and it happens continuously. There's no like one great adventure and then everything is over. It's a series of events, and it's not a clear path. It's not. It's just they are standalone situations, so to speak, that don't have anything to do with say destiny or the rights of the human condition, so to speak. So what I want you to do with your partner, of course, one of you is the Mulder and one of you is the Scully, and that's the kind of, and you can use either of, if you can go with either of these camps, these lines of thought already, or you can come up with your own. But I want you to explore this concept of what is an adventure, and I want you to use, of course, you need to use 3 pieces of information to develop your argument, to prove your case, so to speak, and the one piece of evidence, it can be you can use text as an academic text that's outside of the classroom experience. You can use additional media, so you can cite other forms of popular culture, whether it be video, audio, game, social media. Maybe there's an app that tells you what an adventure is, lets you know if you're on if you're fulfilling your destiny, or if you are or if you're not, if you're on your own in the bleak and savage existence of a masterless universe. So anyway, so we got so you can do that. Also, last piece, you can use personal anecdote. Say if you, for example, say if you had a harrowing journey, either coming to this country, or you overcame triumph, some sort of personal triumph, that, so to speak, a personal hardship, and you overcame that, and there was a journey involved in that experience. It doesn't have to necessarily be over distance, just something an event that you had to confront. You could also bring that into play, or if you had a really I guess like if your own family history goes back generations, they came to this country and they had to overcome racism or religious oppression or something like that, and then that is a part of your adventure. You can also use that as well. So I think I misspoke when I said that you needed to prove, or you needed to use all 3 of those pieces of evidence to prove your case. I would like 3, but 2 would suffice, and I leave it up to you and your discretion to use to use as many as you need in order to prove your case. So that's the pre-reading activity involved with this book, and then if you need to, and then we'll go from there. We'll see, and let that be the beginning of our journey into this wonderful novel. All right. Any questions? Okay, then I think we're good. I look forward to seeing your cases presented at the next class in a couple of days. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.